So, did I buy a Yamaha MT-03? So, what's the story behind the MT-03? Well, basically, I was DRZ. We rebuilt it on Sunday. It's currently Friday. Ran it for 3 miles. The top end had gone on the previous piston and cylinder, completely scored, piston completely burnt, and just the rings have melted into the side of it. Got a fresh new piston and cylinder, and bang, after 3 miles of the new rebuild, it blew up again. Turns out that it must be the oil pump or water pump that needs replacing. So basically the brand new piston and cylinder I put into the DRZ is just scrap metal now. Oh, you're joking. Why? Yeah, to put a brand new piston and cylinder on the DRZ, bang, that blew up again, after 3 miles as well, which is an absolute bummer, because the cost and the amount of time Sam and I put in to rebuilding that DRZ, and for it to blow up that quick is so annoying. But anyway, that's blown up. I was riding my dad's Honda Varadero, and yeah, I got involved in a non-fault accident, unfortunately, and that bike is fucked. So, it's currently going for insurance. I can't go through details about the Varadero at the moment with insurance, due to legalities and that sort of thing. But at the moment, I'm riding the Yamaha MT-03. Basically, the shop I'm currently working at have given it to me as a hire bike, which is quite nice, for a few days. So I've got the MT-03 for a bit until my insurance hire bike is sorted out, which is a 2016 Yamaha YBR125 with a fucking top box. Life does not get better, does it, lads? At least it's not Chinese. So yeah, I'll be riding about in a YBR. It actually arrived this morning. So I've got to go and give the MT-03 back to the shop, and then I've got to use the Yamaha YBR125 whilst it goes for all the insurance stuff. But yeah, until that's done, no more details about that, unfortunately, due to legalities. But yeah, that's pretty much the summary of what's been happening in my biking career. Anyway, I thought I'd do a little commute to work today on this bad boy, and show you guys just sort of what the MT-03 is capable of. It's about 4.5 grand brand new out the box on the road, which, to be honest, is similar price to like the sort of YZF and MT-125 range. Go on, go. 4.5 grand out the box on the road, very similar to the MT-125. But the thing is, with the 03, I'm not a fan of it. It's one of those weird ones, really. It just sort of, it looks a bit cheap. It just looks cheap from the outset. It's still got the skinny wheels like the 125, which doesn't really inspire much confidence. You're still running Michelin Pilot Street radial tyres, so same as the YZF400SM. Oh, what's that? Is it a tranny? It's a V-Strom with proper knobbly tyres on it. Wow. Don't see that often. Anyway, back to where I was going. Yeah, just really skinny tyres on this. You got a single front disc brake, which actually stops really well. Has got ABS on the MT-03, which is nice, which I do believe is actually a legal requirement now under the whole European crap. It's Euro 4 compliant. It's A2 legal out the box, so no restriction required. Top speed wise, well, I tested out on the commute this morning. But it's a pokey engine. It's a I believe a parallel twin, 320cc engine. So yeah, it's got some poke to it. It's nothing, you know, crazy, but it still pulls for itself. But for me, I just can't justify. Ow! I can't justify why you would buy one of these instead of an MT-07. With the MT-07, you can have it restricted down to meet A2 compliance license, but it's only $1 grand more. I think it's $1 and a half more for an MT-07 compared to the MT-03. With the MT-07, you've got a far superior chassis, you've got twin disc brakes on the front, you've got fatter, wider tyres. Just the build quality is a lot better on the MT-07. And yes, it does weigh a bit more than the MT-03, which could be a bit daunting to a first-time A2 rider. But to be honest, I reckon the MT-07's a better buy value-wise. You're getting so much more bang for your buck. But that's my own personal thoughts, anyway, shall we say? Anyway, I'm about to join the M4, not M4, the A404 dual carriageway, and let's see what this puppy is capable of. But yeah, it's a light bike. It honestly feels like stepping onto a 125. Other thing I will say, I actually think the MT-125 looks better than this. I genuinely think that. So for a 125 to look better than a 320cc twin is, yeah, it's a bit funny, shall I say. I don't reckon these are going to sell much, and I personally reckon Yamaha are going to discontinue them. I only reckon sort of test schools will probably use them as a new sort of CB500 replacement for their A2 license training. Anyway, let's get on to the old rain. Let's get on to the old dual carriage. That's it. Tyres perform nicely. It's they do curve in nice. Let's get some top speed run. So we're already up to like 85 in 5th. And she happily cruises in 6th gear around 80. The thing is now, you're probably experiencing a lot of wind noise. That's down to the fact of this bike, naked structure. You're gonna have a lot of wind, whatever the weather. Alrighty, let's get going, boys. I'm still feeling a lot of the wind. And we're already up to 90. I think it's time to do some filtering soon. But it's a windy bike, I will admit that. You know, you haven't got a screen, you're quite bent over, it's quite a sporty seating position. And although this bike sort of although this bike sort of looks cheap, by no means does it feel cheap. It's got very good vibration dampening. The bars, you don't feel much vibration, and also the pegs as well, they don't transfer a lot of vibration from the engine, which even when sitting around that sort of 90 kilometers per hour limit that I was at there, it's still very bearable to ride at and sit at. I mean, you comfortably sit 80, 85 all day on the MT-03. And wow, I'm surprised. Usually this traffic is an absolute nightmare in the mornings. But I think because it's Friday, everyone just quit work. Let's see what the top speed is uphill. But it's just a very nice, smooth, linear power delivery. You know, you got the bottom end, you got the nice little mid-range, and they've actually geared it somehow to make this twin pull well at the top end, which still makes it quite an exciting bike to ride, no matter what sort of speed or what type of riding you're doing. Of course, coming down to the bars, not the widest things in the world, but they're still not your sport bike bars, so you've got a nice bit of handling which makes it nice and agile, makes filtering nice and easy, and I see it as like a really good sort of first commuter in terms of A2 bike. You're going to get a good miles per gallon on it. It's going to sit at 80 all down the motorway. Yeah, the wind protection's not great, but that's about it, really. I mean, it's... Personally, if I was looking for a naked bike, I'd go for the MT-07 as an A2 license holder. You've got the possibility to de-restrict it after 2 years and use it under your full A license and have the full 75 brake horsepower, or restrict the MT-07 down to 46 to make it A2 compliant. You've got better brakes in the MT-07, the engine, you've got that sort of huge little twin, a bit more torque, even when you restrict it down. So it's just, I can't see where this bike positions itself in the market, really. Yeah, it's nice and lightweight, like a 125, and it's cheap to run, but the MT-07 is just a lot better value for your money, I truly believe. Well, that's been my first sort of thoughts on the MT-03, guys. I'm handing it back today. I wish I could do a review on it, maybe in the future, for those interested in the bike. But, to be honest, my advice, if I was an A2 license holder looking to get a naked bike, MT-07, restrict it, and spend the extra grand and a half compared to the MT-03. I can only see this bike sort of being handed back and traded in for an MT-07 in the future anyway. So you may as well just go out, spend a little bit extra money, and just get a lot better value for your money, in my opinion. Anyway, that's been the video, guys. Heading off to work now, and yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have fun, ride safe, and thanks for watching.